Hi Vogue, it's Consani, and I'm going to take you through my everyday skincare routine and my beauty tips. I like to get ice, and I just hold it, pat it off. Actually, don't wash my face, don't come for me. I'm going to start with the Youth Eye Complex. This is like such a good product for like when you wake up and you feel a little bit tired. I actually did this thing last night that my agent told me about. It's called the vampire sleep. You sleep like this on your back, and it's supposed to like circulate your body. Y'all, tell me why I woke up and I feel snatched. And then I used the Peter Thomas Roth eye patches. These are so good. I like learned about these first on set. Just voguing for Vogue. I'm gonna use this serum to do Gua Sha. This serum is really hydrating and it helps the Gua Sha glide, and that's what's really important when you do this step. I'm gonna start with this Gua Sha rose quartz. So I learned from the last 10 years of modeling all of the points you have to hit when you Gua Sha. You wanna go start in the middle, go out, because you're trying to pull everything out of your skin. You're not like pulling it in, you know? I go under the eyes. And for me, the main point I like to get into is under the nose, and then you go up. And I'll show you guys how I do it with my fingers, because honestly, sometimes it's actually better. And what I like to do is I tap. All of the girls that I've met in the fashion industry who have the most amazing skin, they do this, they go in. And then I like to do this. Then you go above your eyes like this, you hold it for a second, kind of push the product in, and then around. I hope I don't look crazy doing this, y'all, but it really does work, and you feel so snatched and refreshed. And then I get into my moisturizer. This moisturizer is my favorite. When you put it on, it doesn't just like absorb immediately, so it's good to, you know, kind of do another level of lymphatic drainage with this. I was on a flight back from Korea, and I saw all of these women like slapping their faces like really intensely with their moisturizer because it causes blood circulation to really go into your face. I'm already feeling fat, but we haven't even started the makeup. Ah! Sunscreen is so important. I just don't want something that's too thick so that it doesn't like clog my pores. And you see, every time I put any product on my face, I'm using it as a chance to kind of just like remind my face where to go. Go back. You already see this? This, the hands. My grandma taught me this. Day one, you always do your hands, because when you get older, that's what shows your age. You could be fabulous in the mug, but if your hands aren't hitting, who's gonna hold them? Ooh, just kidding. I use Lumify eye drops. Another thing I've learned from my years in fashion is that you always do a hydrating lip. This is it! Just kidding, y'all. But now let's get into the actual makeup routine. The first product, and one of my favorites, is the Chanel water tint. It's really good when you're trying to do like a light, natural makeup. I feel like sometimes it's better to do that as well if you're doing a heavy eye like I am today. And then I'm kind of just gonna take this. I like to start in the middle. I don't like to go under my eyes either with foundation or tint or whatever when I'm first starting, because it can sometimes catch onto the concealer. It's like taking away all of this redness that I have in my face. Today, I think it's really just gonna be about the eye, because for me, that's one thing that I feel like I'm known for within my friends, is like this like Tom Ford Gucci kind of reference eye. It's what I do when the girls need a good beat. They come over, because girl, I know all the tips. So y'all are here to get all the tips. It's looking pretty gorgeous, you guys. Something in my family, everybody got these bags, you guys. It's just how it is. But we're gonna fix it with this concealer. This is the Saint Laurent Touche Claw. This is what the girls love in fashion. Also, this is another fashion staple. I feel like I'm using all of the like favorite products from all of the girls. I usually like to put it on my hand first just to kind of remove some of that product. And what I learned from the beginning is you're supposed to put the product on and let it sit. Another thing that I do that really chisels the cheekbones is you take the concealer and you want to go from your, basically like this point in your ear down. So I like to kind of like fake it. It's called like reverse contouring, I think, where you use the highlighter or use the concealer as a highlighter to kind of contour your face. I also have these like marks. I don't know if other people have those, but it's like from being a side sleeper. That's why I'm using my vampire sleeping method, you guys. I feel like as somebody who's a minority in the fashion industry and like there's so many firsts that I'm doing right now, there's definitely like an obligation to use my voice. And yeah, I mean, I didn't sign up when I first started fashion to like be the spokesperson for trans people, because I'm definitely not. There's so many people in my community that like do so many different things than I do and like represent so many different facets, I guess, of like the industry. It's important to like speak on my experience, but with the input that I've heard from that. I don't know if you can see, but like I have like, if I look down, I have like these bags that are like actually protruding. And someone told me this hack where you use highlighter under your eyes, like right where the bag is, and you like highlight it, which for me, I would assume that would do the opposite of what I want. But I tried it and it actually does completely get rid of that shadow. The next product that I'm gonna use is my tried and true Rhode. This is in the color Freckle. This is some of the best blush that I've ever used. My first ever beauty campaign was actually with Rhode, and it was such an amazing experience because I'd obviously been a fan of Hailey forever. I feel like she's so down to earth and like she's really a part of her brand, which I feel like is why it's so successful, is because she really appreciates and like wants to understand how to make it better. Like she was very open to conversation, which I feel like is such a rarity. It's also just such a good shoe. Putting a little bit more blush just up here. This section of your face, that line that I talk about, is something that I use a lot in my makeup because you really don't want to like bring the blush up over this. There's like a white line right here. You want to take the blush above it and below it, but you should always have that kind of highlight that goes up to here because that's what kind of pulls your face back and gives you that feline snatched mug that the girls are out here obsessing over. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Chanel highlighter and you put it above, like you put it on the bag. Also, I really only have a bag on this side. That's the thing. It's like sometimes your face is unsymmetrical. It's important to like really match your routine to your face. I want to say like 3rd grade, my mom got sticker eyeshadow things. It was like in like magazines or whatever, and you would like put it on your eye and you would like rub it and then you would like peel the sticker off and it was like an eyeshadow look on your face. My mom and I did that, and I actually have a picture of us just like, that was like the first moment that I really remember makeup and beauty. Since that moment, I really was enamored with it. Also just like being queer, being trans, I think that like there was always a real big focus around beauty for me. And I think that like sometimes unrealistically, but I think it's important to like note that like a lot of people within my community are very centered around makeup, and like it's a big part of expression in the community. And I think that like if you're gonna express it, girl, you better express it with a smoky eye, period. This is the real tip for the nose because I'm very picky about my nose. If you look up, there's like a line right there. You take it onto the sides. Just that one line there will kind of like bring attention to that part of the nose, and then the bronzer will push it up and the highlighter will kind of be there, kind of like a focal point. And then I'm going to use my favorite ever powder. I learned about this powder when I was getting my makeup done by Pat's team for the Oscars. Probably one of my first shows was Tom Ford in like 2020. All of the like supermodels, all of the girls that I like looked at for years online. I met them and they were so nice, and that's one thing that like I always talk about is like just how nice people were. And like I always had this perception that models were mean or they were standoffish or they felt like each other were competition. And like that was really what showed me that that isn't true. I was welcomed with such open arms, and I feel like that's something so rare, and I remember that and I think about that to this day. I'm ready to get into the eye. This is like the eye that I've done since I was like in 8th grade. Like literally it's always been this one smoky eye. If you're talking best products, Pat McGrath, when it comes to eyeshadow, chef's kiss. I have a brown similar to this that I use all the time, and I'm just going to put it in my eye and close it and go up like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna connect the end part to the front of your eye. And I'm going to just blend it out with just an empty brush. There's the base, and then we're gonna continue doing this. You see that side profile? Look at that, you see this? So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing where I put it into the corner of my eye and close it and pull it up like that. This is my like go-to when it comes to eyeliner, the Byredo. What I really, really love when it comes to eyeliner and eyeshadow is getting really close into that waterline because it gives you that kind of Adriana Lima like stare where it's like muggy. I met Adriana the first time I did the Victoria's Secret movie, and it was so incredible because I was, again, so nervous to meet all of these girls, just considering that like they were in fashion at a different time when like I feel like there was a lot more competition than there is now. And when I tell you, she was literally the sweetest person I've ever met. Like, so genuine, so nice. She literally said hi to everybody when it came to like the atelier, the casting, the PA. Every person felt welcomed around her. I feel like that's something I really value. I'm gonna use another round of touche cloth. I'm just gonna go over my eye one more time with this. So now, while everything is setting and I'm kind of figuring out if this is what I want, I'm gonna do a quick singing break. Okay. Hey, come on, go with me. Hey, girl, you better come in. Hey. Okay, well, there's somebody here really trying to help me, but she's scared to sing right now, but it's okay, you guys. And then this is the tip that I learned that I have taught all of my makeup friends. Take a really good black pencil liner. Go up on top. And the color that you started with, that brown color, which you're gonna do on the black, you're gonna take a bit of that on a really flat brush, but you pat it and it'll set the pencil liner so that it stays all day, all night. I'm going to dip back into this palette and grab just a little shade, maybe it's like this one. And there you go. So this is the final eyeshadow. I love a good curl on the eyelashes, so I'm gonna probably spend a second doing this. After I curl my lashes, I'm gonna use my Saint Laurent mascara. I feel like this is a really good mascara, adds length, but it doesn't really clump up. Glossier brow in clear. It's nice because when my eyebrows get a little bit yellow, it's not fully clear, it's like white, so it kind of gives you some dimension in your eyebrows. I bleached them at Versace a couple years ago. Ever since then I've had them bleached. Like, I tried to dye them back and I didn't feel like myself, and I'm like, you know what, the bleach brow it is, the bleach brow it is. Y'all see what it's doing to the eyes. I love a good lip. Pat McGrath. I like to do overline because someone told me once that I have slit lips and I've never let that rest. And my last step, anytime I get fabulous, is a good perfume. Oh, this is that like get you a husband with like a Birkin scent. Like, yes, girl, you will get that bag. This is the final beat. Love you guys. Bye, Vogue.